The Chicago Bears won a shootout and improved to 5-3 and are officially in the playoff hunt. Let's talk about it all on this post game wrap up on Sports Chicago Style. Sports, Sports Chicago Style for me and you. Welcome, one and all, to Sports Chicago Style. Before we get going, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and like the video if you like the video. Wow. The Chicago Bears win a shootout. Yeah. Clean out the wax from your ears. I know the chicken's been roosting, as old school used to say. But yeah, let me repeat that one more again. The Chicago Bears won a shootout. And it was precipitated a lot in fashion by not only Caleb Williams, who had an up and down game with his accuracy still, but is clutch and was able to come through when it counted as he continues to progress his journey in maturation. But the rookies that showed up in the form of Kyle Monangai, 7th round pick, and 1st round pick, Colston Loveland. Nice to see. Now the defense, issues all around the board. And the special teams, repeat that, issues all around the board. Your ears are not stopped up. But before we go around and get the thoughts from the panel, let's look at the injury report. But before we get to the injury report, I'm not railing on the refs again, I promise. Still too many penalties for the Bears. But Montez Sweat, that should have been a sack force fumble when he knocked the ball out of Flacco's hand. But from that angle, the hand was still behind the ball, and it was like a shot put, I guess. So no sack force fumble. But it was interesting to see on the challenge that Cincinnati threw when they thought DJ Moore may have fumbled the ball out of the end zone, which would have given them possession. So I totally get the challenge, but it was cool to see, as the ruling on the field originally was that DJ was out of bounds at the 1. Now, according to the naked eye, as I was making a call there, shout out to the Nomad Network. If you want to see a live reaction and watch the game with some people, watch it with us over there at the Nomad Network, Kids of Canuck, and right here at Sports the Chicago Style, as the stream goes all 3 places. But yeah, so it looked like naked eye, it was a touchdown as he was in bounds. He had the ball extended over the goal line before he lost it. The replay came back, review came back, touchdown Bears. So yeah, a shout out to sometimes they get it right. Sometimes. And we're going to need that more often than it has been. But yeah, shout out. But yes, injury-wise, Cole Kmet went out with concussion issues. And defensive lineman Dio Odengbo out with an ankle. And Josh Blackwell went out with a concussion. So hopefully those guys can heal up and, not be out long. All right, so now let's go around the panel for the thoughts. Coach Trippin, you're batting leadoff. What say you? Thank you, Triple R. Well, on the offensive side of the ball, the play calling was creative. A lot of razzle-dazzle, right, as Ben Johnson is known for. And it was successful for the most part. And they were able to run the ball, which was also helpful to keeping the time of possession and keeping the offensive sticks moving, leading to points. Kyle Monangai, nice feet, nice toughness, finishing the runs, falling forward. Carrying that ball high and tight. I like it. And a shout out to Britton Brown as the change of pace back up from the practice squad. The offensive line was moving the damn crowd, and they got some nasty to them. And I really like that, right? On the defense, piss poor. There were flashes, right? Austin Booker, Montez Sweat, Tremaine Edmonds, that should have been a touchdown. But the fingertip, falling man to go down, I guess, is a tackle nowadays in this modern football, in this NFL. I do not understand it, but it is what it is. Should have been a pick six, though, damn it. But also the secondary getting torched. But that also is in company too. The defensive line not getting pressure. This is not an excuse for the injuries. It could be a reason, but not an excuse. They do need to do better. And special teams, what the hell was that? Rich Hightower. I know you're missing some personnel because of the injuries, and it trickles down to special teams. That affects it, right? But damn, we need to do better with the next man up. And you have plenty of next man up on your unit. Make it work, sir. Make it work. Overall, it was a victory, and we will take it. As I always say, ugly win is still a win, right? Chef, take it away.
Thank you, Coach. Oh my. How exciting was that? The team has coming together and this week 8-9, to learn on the offense the complicated play calling, as they have to know where to be and when to be there to have the timing and execution of these plays. And the complicated nature of these plays takes time to learn. And it seems like the team on the offensive side of the ball is learning these plays, and the offensive line is coming more together and being more solidified in the run game and a little bit better in the pass game. And the Caleb Williams is a gamer. He has that clutch in him, it looks like. But we need to get him to play better, more consistently, as well as the other players with the wide receivers with the catching and the running backs with the running. And also a shout to the wide receivers for their run blocking. And the defense, oh yes, that is another story entirely, as is the special teams. Which leads me to this week's Donkeys.
Chef Tripp's Donkey of the Week. Richard Hightower and the special teams. These have been Chef Tripp's Donkeys of the Week.
Yes, that was my Donkey of the Week, Chef Trips, of the Richard Hightowers, the coach of the special teams, as the special teams failed on many different levels and made this game more closer than it needed to be. And now for the Chef Trips Standouts of the Week.
Chef Trips Standouts of the Week. Kyle Monangai, Colston Loveland, Caleb Williams. These have been Chef Trips Standout of the Week.
And yes, a shout out to the rookies from the Ryan Post draft class for being the standouts of the week. Now, after such a win, and now that the team is building the confidence in each other, let's see what the next game will bring. But this one, always with the victory. Those are always nice. Trip, take it away.
Bro, I told you, bro. I told you that, yeah, thanks, Chef, bro. I told you they're going to bring home the victory. the dub. Claws up, bear down. Ha ha. Cause we are in the hunt, bitches, for the playoffs. And bro, and the play calling. Cause I was like, bro, is that Teabag in the game throwing the Gizmo? And is that Gizmo catching a tutty from DJ? And it's like, bro, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's with the play calling, bro, and then the execution, and then a shout out to Darnell Wright, cause bro's is nasty, and Canadian Eagle too, bro. He's trying to get nasty too, and then it's just like, bro, and then Predator, Tremaine. That, yeah, bro, I agree, coach. That should have been a pick six, bro. But yeah, the defense is kind of bad, bro. So the offense, bro, got to carry the weight, and we got the quarterback, cause Gizmo's a baller, bro. I mean, he's a tough dude, and he can get it there. He just got to focus, and he got to work on some things. But he's our guy, bro. And then we got the offensive weapons, and now it's like with the run game, and then Loveland, and then it was like, bro, it's like, yay. But it was so scary, bro. Cause like the opening kickoff, it was like, oh, and then it was like, yay, then it was like, oh, and then like it was close to the end of the game, and it was like, oh, and then it was like, yay, and it was like, yeah, bro, let's go, in the hunt, bro. I told you, bro, playoffs. I'm calling it. I already called it, bro. It's like past calling it, called past tense, cause I already called it. So yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go! Triple R, let's go! Thanks, Trip. Thanks, Chef. Thank you, Coach. The excitement builds. Yes, indeed. And we do appreciate the excitement that you all have put into us by subscribing, see what I did there, to the channel here at Sports Chicago Style, or as the handle goes, at RRSCS. Much appreciated. And please do subscribe there to Chef Trip's channel, at Chef Trips, TRIPS, for healthier alternative recipes, tasty and delicious, but healthy. And at Trip, TRIPP, Coon, KUND, DO, at Trip Kundo, for the Health Defense Mobility Program from Coach Tripping and Trip himself. And also, if you would care to support our endeavors here via the Ko-fi or the Patreon, you have the QR codes here on the screen, as well as just going to those platforms and searching for Sports Chicago Style. Big up to everybody who comments and everybody on our social media platforms, and let's keep the party rolling. Next week, as the New York G-Men Giants, New Jersey Giants, come to town and play a Sunday afternoon game in Soldier Field. So look forward to the pregame video for that, as well as any previous videos that you may have missed here at Sports Chicago Style. So until we're all together again, bear down.
Bear down.
Claws up. Bear down.
Bear down, everybody. Bear down.
Baby. Let's go.